Did you ever write down like, yeah, I did karate, yeah, I did this?
Yeah.
Oh, you just made it up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So the resume was fake.
Yeah.
So, have you gotten any street fights?
No, never. Never had a street fight. Still haven't.
What in the world is going on? You're telling me the legend Gary Goodridge went and fought in UFC with zero experience, just arm wrestling.
Just arm wrestling.
What made you want to fight then?
Well, because I was always the biggest and strongest guy. Like yourself, there's always the biggest and strongest guy around. Yes. So I was given a badass name to begin with. So with that badass name, everybody thought I could do this and do that. I was afraid of doing this and that. So that's where it came from. And then everybody followed me there and made me do it. I really didn't want to do MMA.
I never knew that.
My mind's blown. I'm with you on this one, Rampage.
And you know what? I was really impressed with you when you went over to K1 and started fighting from Pride. You was knocking folks out in K1. I was like, damn. I was watching you from afar, like, damn.
Yeah. Here's what happened with that. Before that even started, I had a boxing coach. We used to train in a barn. And he got me just one-on-one, an old guy. He told me, hey, well, I can teach you some boxing. So did I learn anything? No. Then he got me a fight, and I fought like this. I won the Canadian Championship boxing like this. I didn't know how to box. I just was strong. So I knocked the guy out like this. And I only had to beat one guy to be Canadian champion. That's what I had to do.
Just a natural athlete.
I want to make a very clear statement. This goes for everybody out there in our JAXXON podcast Discord. You guys were all wrong because we asked them what they thought your previous experience was. And this goes to show you cannot believe anything on the internet.
What they thought?
The internet said he's a black belt in karate. He had 5 years of boxing. He was a world champion.
Never.
So it's all wrong. The only thing that's true is you were an arm wrestling world champion.
I was arm wrestling.
So you weren't a super heavyweight amateur boxing champion.
Okay, I got a question then.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck you wearing a black gi if you ain't got
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, where the fuck that come from?
Here's the other
It's
story.
like Rampage on Halloween, dude. That's crazy.
Why you had to go there?
No, that's what you did last year. Remember you said what?
Quit making, don't pick on me in front of my big brother.
I would never pick on you in front of anybody.
Okay, here's what happened. Hoist Gracie was beating people in the gi. What the hell? What's wrong with me? He wore a white gi. Hey, I want a black gi.
The reason why you wore a black gi was because Hoist Gracie was beating everybody in a white gi.
Yeah, he was winning. So I'm like, what the hell? Why can't I do it?
So why'd you cut the sleeves off?
Well, I wore them up first, and then I rolled them up. Well, I didn't know that you had to leave the sleeves to use them. I rolled them up because they were sweaty, huh? So I rolled them up.
But fuck these sleeves.
Right away, it took you out of you couldn't use the gi because you need the gi to hold it and wrap and choke people. Now I know that. Back then I didn't know that.
Was that your only fight in UFC, that one?
No, I had 3 fights that night. UFC 8, 9, 10, Ultimate 96, and I left UFC in US 19. I fought a guy named Chief, an Indian guy, the Chief, Andre Roberts. That's it. I fought him, and yeah, he ran away from me.
So UFC 8, you were runner-up to Don Fry in the finals.
Absolutely.
What training did you have by that time for UFC? Still none.
No, because it was the same fight.
It was the same night.
It was the same night.
So you didn't have to do anything during that. You didn't go in the back, try to learn something.
Well, it's too late.
Yeah.
There's a story about that. There's this story about this. Here's this story.
Yeah, because I heard you were training or something.
Let him talk.
All right, go ahead.
The story is when Don Fry's room was right back then. It was like K1 Pride. They had these place that you sat in your room just like this,
Like a divider.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was cloth.
Yeah.
It's a cloth fighter. So I went through the first match quick, like you saw, 8 seconds. And then the second match, Jerry Bonelander just drained me out. I think he took me for like 2 minutes or something stupid like that. But I was tired. No, 5 minutes. But I was tired. I drained everything there. After that, I came back to the room, my change room. But Fry's right beside me. His first match was a couple seconds. His next match was a couple of seconds. And his third match was me. So I got back to the room. These guys dragged me. I put me in the high. I can't fight no more. That's it. I can't fight no. Tell them to change. So the guys ran out of my room to get Bob Myers, who owned the UFC back then. So Bob Myers came to the dressing room and said, Gary, now right now you have won $10,000. If you fight, you can make 50. But if you don't, you'll make, if you fight and lose, you make 10. So the choice is up to you. If you don't want to fight, you ain't getting nothing.
Wow.
So I can count 1 to 1. So I'm fighting. I don't care how tired I am. I'm jumping in the ring because he's gonna pay me. So I said, okay, guys. I said I'm completely exhausted. Why don't you guys and I have about a minute left in fighting. I can't really do anymore. I really can't. Because like I said, they had to drag my shit out. So that's why I took the gi off, because I just was tired. It was just so much weight on top of me. The gi was, what is a gi? A couple, not even a pound. But it felt really heavy. So take it off, take all that stuff off. I can't use it. And I just went out there bare bones. But when he was a wrestler, I had nothing to combat it. So it was just me with your brute strength trying to beat this guy up.
Yeah, that's why we thought it was a different day, because you didn't have the gi on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people, and that's what we were going to get to, is they think that the fight was actually a separate fight because you didn't have the same outfit on. So people were like, oh, he was training, and then they cropped in a different fight.
Yeah.
And then that was a theory for a while, but then that got ruled out. So it's interesting to hear that. So the gi came off because you were tired.
Yeah.
Not because they were doing separate
I was
fights.
tired and it was hot, and it was in San Juan, Puerto Rico, so it was hot. Of course, it's January, but it was still hot as hell.
That's crazy.